as we all wait and sit here scared out of our minds for this Juan Soto decision, there are certain players that are getting rumored to the New York Yankees, and I'm not sure how to feel about it. What's going on, guys? The King of 161st Street. I'm back another video, and Jack Curry on the Hot Stove Show on the Yes Network brought up that the Yankees have been eyeing a certain player for years, and this might be the time they actually strike. His name is Cody Bellinger. Cody Bellinger, a former MVP, fell off a cliff for 2 to 3 years, came back and did okay these past couple years, but he's nowhere near his former self. Now, there's certain reasons why the Yankees would be somewhat excited about what Cody Bellinger could do in pinstripe. Starting with, he's a left-handed bat instead of getting Christian Walker, who's a right-handed bat. Aaron Boone was an incredible fan of righty-lefty, righty-lefty, righty-lefty. We get Juan Soto back, that's cool. If we start doing some of these other trades that they're talking about, there's a lot of right-handed bats involved. If we got Christian Walker, that would leave sort of the middle to bottom of our order heavily on the right-handed side. Well, if you fix that and you go to Cody Bellinger instead of Christian Walker, that solves your problem. Another reason why you'd want a lefty is because of the short porch. There's a lot of fly balls that Cody Bellinger hit in the wind of Wrigley Field down that right field line that probably would have been home runs in Yankee Stadium. So although his stats may look a certain way, they would probably look a ton better in pinstripe. Now, I don't know how to feel about this, because would he be a good addition? Yes. Would he be an upgrade on Anthony Rizzo the past couple years after the concussion? Most likely, yes. But you have Christian Walker sitting there. You have Christian Walker sitting there waiting to be signed by New York. I get he's a right-handed bat. I get he's a little older. He's about 4 years older than Cody Bellinger. So age wouldn't be on Christian Walker's side. I don't love the consistency that Cody Bellinger would bring to this team. He is a very inconsistent player. At one point in his career, he was a fucking MVP and then a top 3 MVP running up. He was looking like one of the best players in the fucking sport. Then went on a 3-year stretch where he forgot how to hit, and now he's back to being a league average hitter. That smells like a recipe for disaster if he came to New York. Never mind that, let's look at what the trade would really look like. The Yankees have also shown interest in filling the second base spot with Cubs second baseman Nico Hoerner. So if the Yankees were to get both Cody Bellinger and Nico Hoerner, they would have to give up, according to MLB Network, Spencer Jones, Will Warren, and Marcus Stroman. Marcus Stroman, coming off of a super inconsistent season, didn't even play in the postseason. I would not be fully against moving him if you do not have the trust that he can perform when it matters most. Will Warren is talented, is a high-ranked prospect, doesn't really have a spot in the starting rotation in New York. And then Spencer Jones is the real key here. To me, I don't love Spencer Jones as a prospect. I don't think Spencer Jones is consistent enough. I think he's super raw. Window that we have as a team that, if we lose out on Soto, is closing rapidly. I don't love that it's going to take him so long to get major league ready. Maybe trading him off to get another piece would be a great use of his potential and his trade value. Is this the right trade? If Cody Bellinger works out, then this is a perfect trade. Will Warren doesn't have a spot. You offload a contract in Marcus Stroman. You give them a centerpiece that they could build around in Spencer Jones. I don't know if Marcus Stroman would be down for that. He and the Cubs apparently had some issues on the way out before he left last offseason. To me, I don't know what the right answer is here, because the younger hitter that has shown flashes of being an MVP caliber player is sitting there, and he doesn't cost a tremendous amount. There's consistency with Christian Walker. Christian Walker has hit for over a 100 WRC plus 5 of the last 6 seasons. He's also coming off of 3 straight seasons of being 125 or better OPS plus. What that means is he's 25% better than the average player. Cody Bellinger is coming off of 2 straight years of being a slightly above average player. I don't love the consistency value, especially if we're giving up a top prospect. If we're gonna give up a guy like Spencer Jones, might as well go and get some high-level starting pitching to replace that spot of Marcus Stroman. Might as well try and go and either get someone that can fill one of our more needed spots. Maybe you get a second or third baseman. If you get a third baseman, you'd be able to move Jazz to his primary position of second base and slot the guy in at third. There's got to be better moves than Cody Bellinger. But I can see also where the Yankees thought process is, because if there is that power still left in that bat and he's able to pull the ball with consistency, those stats can look a lot better than it did just last year. It can look a lot better than it has since his MVP season. There's a lot of untapped potential there because of the ballpark dimensions that can bring out some of the best in Cody Bellinger. But we've seen this rodeo before. Joey Gallo was the same exact type. Huge power, a guy who had a ton of hype coming in, was supposed to be far better coming in off of going from Globe Life Stadium now into Yankee Stadium, a more hitter-friendly ballpark. What can go wrong? Well, you try and force it a bit too much, and that leads to you batting below 200 with like a 50 OPS plus. Now we're sitting here like, what the fuck? You suck. There's a lot of potential for Cody Bellinger to become the next Joey Gallo. And Cody Bellinger coming from the outfield, yes, he split time from outfield and first base. If you look at Christian Walker, the bat is there. 3 straight seasons, 120 or better to OPS plus, and a platinum glove caliber first baseman. There's no one better in the sport at his position on the defensive side of the ball than Christian Walker. Christian Walker will save the Yankees from making some of the mistakes that they were prone to making in 2020. A more consistent bat, yes, a tiny bit older, also plays the position a lot better. To me, this sounds like a no-brainer. Christian Walker should be the guy. Now, if we don't get Juan Soto and this thing starts to break down, he either goes to the Mets, God forbid, he goes to the fucking Red Sox. That will be a video in it of itself. Anyways, if he does end up not re-signing in New York, putting Cody Bellinger in the outfield as an experiment may be a good option, but not at that price tag. An experimental option that has a high bust potential and giving up some of the farm system that in some ways looks a little weak to begin with. Yeah, you have guys like Spencer Jones, Roderick Arias, but there's a lot of guys in there kind of have inflated value to the public that teams around the league don't rate as high as like certain publications. To get rid of that farm to go get a guy in Cody Bellinger would be ridiculous. At least in my opinion, because I want to leave this off with you. What do you guys think about Cody Bellinger possibly becoming a New York Yankee? And what do you think about the trade that I laid out? Yes, you're also getting Nico Hoerner, so that makes the trade a bit more valuable than it would have been just Cody Bellinger himself. But to me, the value doesn't seem to be fully there. Are you on the other end of the spectrum? Do you think Cody Bellinger's a perfect fit and should be in pinstripes come 2025? Or are you on my end of the stick where it's like Christian Walker is sitting right there? He's sitting right there. It's a match made in heaven. Just go get him. Let me know which side of the aisle you're on. Like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. We're all sitting patiently waiting on this Juan Soto news. I don't know where he's going to end up, but just know the coverage will be right here about a half hour to an hour after the news drops. So subscribe with notifications on so you do not miss my reaction to wherever he ends up, because trust me, it will be good. I'm out of here. Take care and peace.